Welcome back to another episode of the Couch Potato Boys podcast. Yes, sir. We are back in the building. And we got a special guest in the building with us. A legend, a Nashville legend in the building with us. DoleWhite's in the building with us, man.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys.
Sir.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
But before we get to you, sir, I gotta do my check-in with my people. You know what I'm saying? Naya, how you doing, man? You all right?
I'm swell. No complaints on this beautiful Tuesday.
Amen, sister of Christ. Marty Marr, what's happening?
Yeah, ask him.
Oh, okay. OG, what's happening?
Bruh, I can't complain, bro. You know, credit sitting on 750. You know, I mean, but I don't want to, you know, because everybody going to start coming to me talking about, hey, man, can you give me a popsicle on credit? No, fucker, I can't do that.
Popsicle? That's what I asked.
Popsicle's wild. Popsicle wild.
Marty Marr, what's happening?
Oh, man, I'm blessed to see another day. That's first of all.
Amen.
Blessed to see another day. We're here podcasting.
Podcast room. Shout out to Cruz.
Podcast room. Shout out to Cruz.
Yes,
We're here. Shout out to all the haters too, because we wouldn't have made it here without them.
No, for real.
We wouldn't have made it here without y'all. Like, dead serious.
Follow us.
So shout out to DoleWite. You know what I'm saying?
They don't know.
He you know, he's a busy man.
Busy man.
Absolutely.
So we appreciate you for coming, bro.
I mean, I appreciate you guys having me. I really do. For real.
Sir. All right, so let's kick it off, man. Let's go all the way back.
All right.
All the way back. Where you from? Where's your journey? All that.
So I grew up in Clayton County, Georgia, which is on the south side of Atlanta, kind of near the airport. Okay. It was a different place than it is now. I tell people now, like, I grew up in Clayco, that I get like street credit for it, but like I don't really deserve it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't a bad spot when I was growing up. Right. But after high school, I went to Georgia Southern University. It's where I met Scoob. Okay. I had a radio show from 3 to 7 a.m. on Saturday nights, Sunday mornings, whatever 3 to 7 a.m. is to you at this point in your life. I think when I was 18, it was, Saturday night. Now it'd be like Sunday morning. You know what I mean? Like, I'm old. So, but yes, and I met Scoob in our dorm, and one night he came up to the radio station with me, and we kind of knew we had something for the first time we turned on the mic. And it's crazy because, we went back, I think, probably 10 years into being here in Nashville, probably not long before he passed away. And we found like an old tape of our college show, and we listened to it, and we were like, this is terrible. But I mean, even though it was terrible to us then, you know what I mean? Like, we still kind of knew in that moment that there was something there, and that we could probably do this for real and make a living. And that was kind of the goal. It was never to be, the goal was just to kind of do this and only this for a living, you know what I mean? That was it, and we got to do that, man, and I'm grateful for that.
Yes, sir.
That's amazing.
So,
y'all want to go?
How was you said college, right?
Right, yeah.
So the college scene back then, right? And you met School at that, rest in peace, right? By the way, how was it?
The college scene, it was Georgia Southern at the time was kind of like. And I don't want to piss off my fellow Georgia Southern people, but it was kind of like if you couldn't get into UGA,
you'd go there.
So we went. I mean, it was people that kind of probably went harder at kicking it than academically. Right. You know what I mean? And Georgia Southern was known as a party school at the time, and it was really a great place to get started in this career, right? Like, you wouldn't want to be at like a boring school trying to do this. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, so like people at Georgia Southern kicked it, bro. Like we had a time in college, so much so that I went for 4.5 years and I don't have a degree. You know what I mean? Like
most people don't though. Most people don't.
I paid as much as the graduates did, but I didn't actually get to walk across the stage, which is fine because I'm like one of the few people that actually did the thing I was studying in college, right? So, but no, we had a great time in school, and we had a time. We had a really good time, and it was a really good start, to take steps in this career for sure.
Okay.
So when you said, you just said like when you met Scoob, you knew you had something. Yeah. What can you describe what it was like back then?
I knew. So I'd been doing the show, I think, for like 2 We were on the quarter system. This was before the semesters. That's how long ago this was.
Right.
But I had done the show, I think, for 2 quarters before he came on.
Okay.
And I knew instantly, like, this was better with him there. And we just had a good... Scoop and I were born 6 days apart. We're both Leos. We're, you know what I mean? Like, we enjoyed the same type of humor.
Gotcha.
I don't know. It was just there.
Y'all like kindred spirits.
Yeah, we really worked from... And we weren't... What's wild is we weren't really close. We knew each other in the dorms. We weren't close when we started the radio show.
Okay.
And we instantly became close. I mean, weeks after that, we was like brothers. You know what I mean? It was like somebody I had known my whole life at that point. Yeah. That's awesome. It's that friendship took off like instantly.
Gotcha.
I got DoleWite.
I'm just happy to be here.
I've been, so I was in my 30s. Late 30s.
Okay,
when you first came to the scene in Nashville. I was still thugging and all this bull crap and just wasn't doing shit for myself at that particular time.
YN.
Old YN.
Oh, yeah. I'm about to say old YN.
So to see you and Scooby and then still seeing you move, it like, man, like I'm in the same building. What a legend. Like,
man, I appreciate
radio wise. So I mean, from then to there, has anything changed? And if it has, what is it?
I think everything has changed, right? Like, I mean, from the industry to me personally as a man, like I was 23 years old when we got here. I was single. I kicked it. We had a good time. I've been married for 11 years now. I have an 8-year-old daughter.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And so, I mean, everything in my personal life has changed. Everything with the way radio is now has changed. The way people use the radio now has changed. So, I mean, yeah, like everything is different for sure, but in a good way. You know what I mean?
Right.
I wouldn't want to go back as myself now to back then because I ain't got the energy for all that, right? Like I'm old and tired. And I think me back then would look at my life now and be like, man, what are you doing? This is boring. Like, what, you know what I mean? Because we kicked it. We had a good time.
Sure,
you know what I mean? Like, we didn't get off work for the first 10 years until midnight. You know what I mean? We were on air from 7 to midnight. We would go out after that and sleep all day. You know what I mean? So, it's a totally different life, man. I'll be up at 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. You know what I mean? Like, I would get in at 5 a.m.
It's the stark difference.
Yeah, it's a big difference. You know what I mean?
But I got a question. What made you want to go into radio, though? What made you say, this is my lane?
So, it's when I was in high school, I wasn't a great student. I'm not a dumb person. I'm not academically... I can't pay attention to something that I don't care about.
Nah, that's real.
Yes, I just can't do it.
Yes,
and so that was kind of my issue in high school, right? If I'm passionate about something, I'll learn everything about it and we're good to go. But in high school, I got through because of my personality, because my teachers liked me. They passed me. They're like, I was doing the bare minimum work. Like I was never a good student. And I loved the music. And so it was kind of like, well, what can I do with my love for music and, you know, being able to slide on my personality somewhere, you know what I'm saying? Like being able to rely on where I'm strong. I knew I was good. I'm an easy person to get along with, and I have a good personality. Like I knew that about myself.
Cool.
So it would kind of just mix the two. Was like, I can try to do this, and I never thought I'd be able to do it. I felt like I needed when you're in high school and people are like, well, what are you going to do when you graduate? And you have to have an answer for that question. So mine was just like radio. Like, I'm going to do radio. It seemed too big. I didn't think it was something I'd be able to do. But I needed an answer to that question. And then it was funny because there were 2 schools I was looking at, which is Georgia State, which is in downtown Atlanta. Which that's where my mom wanted me to go because she wanted me to stay up. She didn't think I was ready to go out on my own, which understandable. But in Georgia Southern, which is 3 hours out of Atlanta.
Gotcha.
And I wanted to go to Southern. My father wanted me to go to Southern. My mom was like, he needs to go to State. And I didn't get into Georgia State, which is weird because I don't even say I had the grades, but there were people at Georgia State that had my grades and had my SAT scores that got in. And they just didn't.
So what they have against you?
Right. But I didn't really care because we went up and we saw Georgia State's radio station, and it looked like a professional radio station and we went to Georgia Southerns, and it looked horrible. It looked like from the 50s. And I was like, I can start here. You know what I'm saying?
No,
like,
that's
I don't know
real.
what all these lights and all these buttons do over here, but this I can learn. And,
I got
and
this.
It was a good
Yeah,
choice.
yeah.
Like it was the right choice to kind of start it slow. You know what I mean?
dope.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So I feel like we grew up together.
That is the ultimate compliment that people give me. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
I've been
Like that's
listening to you on
my
the radio.
favorite
How long
thing
have
to
you
hear.
been on the radio?
It'll be 25 years in December.
Yeah, I've been listening to you on the radio since the very
Quarter of a
beginning,
century, yeah.
You know, for sure. But I feel like when I first started listening to you on the radio, you know, you just listening to the voices. You don't really see the people. But when I saw you, I was like, oh, you so light skinned. I picture, I don't know when I hear your voice.
There's a funny reason for that.
What color did you think?
I don't know.
What color did you
and
imagine?
I know he like DoleWite, but I'm not, but
I was leading you to it the whole time.
it
Like,
was the whole time, but I'm not. I was very
I get
shocked.
that all the time, though, man. It's crazy. I get that all the time.
No, but you got a good radio voice.
Thank
I love
you.
your radio
For
voice.
sure. Thank you.
For sure.
I always say though, like when people tell me that, I'm like, do I have a good radio voice, or do I have the voice that you grew up listening to on the radio?
Right.
Probably. It's soothing.
Yeah, it's like, thank you.
No, for real, you can read ebooks for a living. You got an ebook voice.
E-book is crazy.
No, for real.
If you have a booking
But so
agent,
say-
tell me like, I can do this.
That's a check.
Bottom line.
I will sit up in my studio at home and read books all day.
No, for real. We're
Yes,
going to
let's
get you a
do
contract
it.
friend.
Yes.
Coming from Georgia all the way down to Nashville, that transition. Talk about that a little bit.
That was rough for me, honestly, man, because Nashville wasn't the same Nashville then as it is now, right? It was it's way more of a city now than it was then.
It was like a hick town.
Yeah, I won't say that, but I mean, it was, and we didn't know where to go when we first got here either, and that was a big part of it. But it was a different place, man, and it just felt from where I was in Atlanta at the time, and Atlanta in the early 2000s was really a dope place to be, and then coming here kind of was different.
Yeah.
There was a big difference. But then when we learned, it was the summer after we got here in December, and then it was we lived in the what was it? The Best Western off of Trinity Lane. The first 6 months we were here. No lie.
Oh, shit.
6 months. When we got our own apartment, we got out of there and we got our own apartment. I was like, oh, this is you. Nashville is kind of like a place where if you know where to go,
Right.
you were good.
Yeah.
And once we learned that, we were like, oh, this city is dope.
Yeah, for sure.
We just didn't know where to go.
Yeah,
Whereas
yeah.
in Atlanta, it's just like
Everything's right there.
Everything's right there.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, once we learned that, and that was probably the summer, June. We moved into our apartment, I think, in June. So it was probably June of 2002. We were like, oh, like we got the apartment, we got out of Trinity Lane. You know what I mean? Like we were like, oh, okay, we're good here.
Cool.
We can stay here.
We can
Just give me home.
It's cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
But look, how they going too far. How you get the job?
How'd I get the job?
Yeah, like
That's fair.
Hold on,
That's a fair question.
That's fair.
It's just like y'all both got it together, right?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, how did? Yeah.
So this might take a minute. So
Go ahead.
here we go.
Get your bars off. Get your bars
we got
off.
an hour.
We had a chance when Ludacris was leaving radio in Atlanta. We had a chance to take over his show, and they brought us up there, and we did like weekends for like 3 straight weekends. And the program director at the time was like, "I want you guys to have this job," and we were like, "Cool." We were like 22 years old and about to walk into what we thought our dream job was at the time, and so he tells us we gotta have this job, and then we don't hear from him for like 3 weeks. And we have Luda call in to our college show just to talk about his new album and all that, and sign it with Def Jam and the whole thing. And we get off the air with him on the phone, and we were like, bro, like, have you talked to dude? Like, can you tell him to call us? Like, we heard. He was like, oh, he took a job in Dallas. So we was like, oh, okay. Well, I guess, the dream is dead here. So that was fall of 2000. After that semester, I told school, I'm like, I'm dropping out. Like, we know people at this radio station now. Like, this is our end.
Yes, sir.
I'm going for it. And he was like, well, I'm gonna stay in school. And I was like, you're never gonna graduate, bro. Like, but it's fine. So I wasn't being. It was just being real. Like, bro, like we ain't got it. Like, we're both like we're both like sophomores and in our fifth year, going into our fifth year. So like, come on, now.
We ain't got it, bro.
This ain't happening. This could happen though. So I felt way more confident that I could get a job in Atlanta radio than I did I could graduate college. So I was like, yo, like, so I went back to Atlanta. I moved back in with my parents, and then I every Friday I was working at Mailboxes Etc., which is the UPS store now. Probably making $7.25 an hour, whatever it was. And every Friday I would go to Club 112. That's where the new PD would have a live broadcast, and I would talk to him, and I'd just be like, "Hey man, me and Scoob almost had this job, blah blah blah." He didn't know who he was. We was college kids that had been on the radio 3 times, but he eventually let me take him out to dinner. And no lie, one time I had $16 to my name. I spent $15 to get into Club 112. I had $1 for a whole week. I was living with my parents though, so they had food.
You was good.
I was good. Gas was getting a little iffy, but you know what I mean. Like we made it. I made it to the next paycheck.
Fair.
But and so we went to Houston's in Buckhead. I don't even know if it's still there or not. Check came. And I paid, which is wild because I was making like $7.25 an hour. He's probably making 6 figures. I still like 26 years later, can't believe he let me pick up that tab because I wouldn't let somebody do that.
No, sure.
Like if I knew it was a broke college,
That's some crazy shit.
I got this.
Yeah, that's crazy shit.
But that little, I needed that little $60. You know what I'm saying?
You really
right? I really needed that $60. He probably didn't, but it is what it is. But he was like, I'm not going to start you out I'm going to give you an internship. I'm not going to start you out in promotions. I'll start you out in programming, which means that I can go straight into the studio and work with them.
Gotcha.
And I started working with the night show there, K-Sly and ET. And I was an intern. I wasn't getting paid for it. And then it looked like they were going to keep me on as an intern as long as they could, and they were never going to sign me up for anything. School finally, after that next semester, was like, all right, I'm going to move back. And I'm like, yeah, it's about time, bro. Like, it's time. So he moved back, and then, like I said, man, I've gotten by on personality my entire life, so everybody at the radio station liked me. And I had taught the promotions director to give School an internship up there. And the day he goes up to get his internship, she goes into labor. She was pregnant at the time. So he never got that internship. But what happened was when it became clear that they weren't going to pay me anytime soon, and there was a little bit of turnover going on with the night show, and I could have stayed on. That's when I told School, like, hey, let's start working on our demo and let's get out of here. So every night, the PD there would stay at the radio station till like 10, 11 o'clock at night. School would sit outside in a car waiting on him to leave so I could bring him up and we could use the studio so we could cut our air check and stuff. So he did that every night. And we got our air check put together. We did the breaks ourselves, and then we paid somebody else to kind of put it together and make it sound good. And we sent out 4, and we got 2 job offers: Nashville and Macon, Georgia. And no offense to Macon, Georgia, but it was a pretty easy decision. This one has a skyline, and
absolutely
100%.
The other one didn't. And so. So yeah, that's how we got here.
Great story. Go ahead.
I just wanted to ask, when did y'all come up with y'all little tag, y'all DoleWite?
So nobody. It's wild. Nobody ever asked me that before.
See, that's why we got you.
There's a song by the Youngbloods called UA. I don't know if y'all remember that or not. UA. And so we would always, when that song was out, we were in college, and so we'd always be like, man, we need to get somebody to go DoleWite in school. And then his cousin was here in Nashville when we first moved here, and we were like, say it like this, and she did it one time. And I still use it to this day. Like, you know what I'm saying? 25 years later, it's crazy. And she's a grown up now who has graduated from college and is like has her own life. And I'm like, yo, this is wild. But yeah,
no, for sure.
I still use that every day.
That's one of the best tags I ever heard in my life.
Oh man, thank you.
I'm dead serious.
Like when she did it, we were like, she got that on the first try, bro. Like,
whoever that is, She's tough. She's tough.
She did it one time and that was it. And yeah,
that's legendary.
It worked.
Legendary.
So I want to know this, Mr. DoleWhite. Who, and because I really kind of feel like you and the team, came up with this idea. The traffic jam, like you shot you out, because I done hit you up, like and you done said, "Hey, brother Rich, I see you in traffic." Man, I said, "Man, he said my name." I played it with DoleWhite though. You know what I'm saying? That's how you made me feel. Like I'm riding with dude. Like we in the hood, we riding.
He's the realest.
So who came up with that?
I think those have been in every city for a long time. I know I grew up in Atlanta, and there was always like a 5 o'clock traffic mix there, and
5 o'clock drop.
Yeah, they're ours. Mine is 5 o'clock drop. Yeah, and then before we did that, we had. When we were on nights, we were doing the thunderstorm.
Yes, sir.
Wait a minute. You were doing
Yeah.
You were dropping the Janet Jackson.
We played every. We played every record possible.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, we did the thunderstorm from 10 to midnight, and so when we're DJs too. Like I always tell people, like it's wild. Like radio was always my goal, but the first when we really got serious about radio, we were like, we need to also learn this other skill.
Yeah, for sure.
Man, I'm so glad we did, because DJing is something I still love to this day. I still go. I took a little break for a while when my child was born, but I'm back outside now. Like I enjoy it. It's something I love doing. And I remember when I went back, I like went into the club, and just the smell of it. I know that sounds crazy, but I was like, this smells like home. Like I'm supposed to be here. Like you know what I mean? Like I don't know if y'all ever smelled a club when it's not perfect. It's not a good smell, but it's just like this is
the regrettable decisions.
Smell like yes,
the regrettable decisions.
Yes,
for sure.
Yes, you smell all the regrettable decisions of people that have been in and out of there throughout the years. Yeah, no, like it has a distinct smell to it. I'm just like, I'm home. Like yes.
So look though, speaking of the Quiet Storm, right? So it was a deep ass voice on there. Is that like auto-tune?
Which one? That's
or is that somebody's? That's a real person.
Which was the opposite of the Quiet Storm. So the Quiet Storm is a real thing.
Okay,
but that's somebody really with a deep ass voice.
That's a real person. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I can't go to that, because I can't do
that. Do movies and
one
shit.
person was doing Quiet Storm, Smokey Robinson.
Yeah.
But then somebody did the Janet Jackson. I think the Janet was y'all.
I don't know. We had an intro that a lot of people knew for a long time, which was "This is the Thunderstorm" intro, and we ain't got no Thunderstorm intro. We used to do that. Yeah, people would still sing that to me to this day, and I'm like, we haven't done that in like 20 years. But thank you. It's crazy.
We got a question for you, DoleWhite. Who run it? Who run it? Man, you know what's wild about who run it is, I think it was, man, I'm gonna get in trouble if I get the high school wrong, but I think it was Whites Creek High School a couple years ago had their 20th anniversary or whatever, 20th graduation, and they asked me to do like a audio of who run it for that, and so like they left me messages, like sent me voice notes of who ran it and all, and I put the whole thing together for them. It was dope though, but I was just glad to be a part. Like they thought that I was a big enough part of their high school experience to include me in on that. I thought that was super dope. Yeah,
like, but all the people calling in saying this side run it, south side run it, north side run it, like just that whole time. I remember that very vividly. Literally, everybody was calling in, repping their side.
Yeah,
like you and Scooby, like literally, like made like a whole generation of people feel heard and seen. Like,
man,
yeah, like
you.
real
for sure.
Like I really appreciate it.
I called up there and want some tickets.
Did you?
I don't want some tickets. I've been on the radio. That's crazy. And it feel like you like a little mini celebrity for a minute. You know, ain't nobody see you. But I'm on here.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. And just to be a part of people's childhoods, their teenage years, you know, on up. And even now, like, I mean, I still do this show every day. I'm still on. You know, I feel like a lot of people, you know, when we were on nights, that was back in the day, and radio's not used like this much anymore, but people would sit in their rooms and listen to their radio at night. Like I did. That's how I grew up. You know what I mean? Sure. And to be that for somebody else, sometimes it's hard for me to wrap my mind around that, because I know who my people were when I was sitting in the room listening to those voices and those radio personalities and those DJs. It's weird to wrap your mind around like being that person sometimes. It's wild.
So, radio.
Yeah.
Is a song?
Yeah.
Got it. Radio. So you've been working there for 20-some years, right?
25. It'll be 25 in December. Yeah.
All right. So for people that's like, young, not necessarily young, but eager and young, right? Trying to get on the radio, and not necessarily get on the radio,
But like an artist.
No. I'm talking about working.
Okay.
So I know a few people
Okay.
that's trying to,
Yeah.
trying to get a job over there, but they don't know the
It's-
resources or.
I don't know that I do anymore, man. It's
Wow.
it's a different space than it was 20 years ago. 20 years ago was get an internship, kind of show out. You'll get hired like to as a promotions person where you would go out and drive the van, put up stuff, and then show out doing that, and then get a fill-in shift, and then you work your way up from there. I would think probably if you're really trying to get in, you just need to get those entry level positions, and the hard part is, and I think this is probably in line with a lot of things in this economy where younger people, it's harder to get younger people on because the thing that the position of like being somebody that, goes around in the promotions department needs is flexibility. But if you need to pay bills, your flexibility is going to be limited.
Absolutely.
And these bills ain't the same bills I was paying when I was coming up. You know what I mean?
Rent ain't $700.
Yeah, like this,
Rent ain't $700.
yeah, no, you're not. You can't. You can't have flexibility in your life anymore, man. I think it's really sad, kind of where we are as a country, because it is. I look at like I bought a condo when I was 27 downtown on the river, and I bought it for $110,000. It's not a lot of money.
It's not a lot
You know
of
what I
money
mean?
at all.
But like, there is no young person that's getting an entry level position, which is what I held when I had that when I bought that condo,
Right.
that can afford a place like that.
Right.
Those opportunities are gone, and that's sad. Like something needs to be done about that. But it is the way it is, kind of right now, and so like you need flexibility in order to work the radio job, and the radio job's going to have to come first because that's how you get people's eyes. Is being the person that's there, that's doing the right thing all the time, and it's hard to have those opportunities now.
Yeah.
So look, I know. I mean, listen. Shout out to everybody, but I just know, like I said, I know a few people.
Yeah.
If you had in mind, if you had any openings, you could just let me know. I know this girl, she's kind of talented.
I got you. Yeah, for
Her name
sure.
is Naturally Niche. She got a degree of communications.
I think I've met Niece before.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So she's, I don't want to be,
Yeah, absolutely.
I try to make happen. I just try to make it happen.
Plug.
That's it. Yeah, I just put the word out there.
I get it.
Millions of people watching this. I'm just saying. Millions of people watching this. I'm just saying.
I got you.
I want to know, because you said it like when we first started the interview, what's the main difference that you noticed between radio back then when you was coming up versus today?
So what we found, that's a good question. What we know is this, is back in the day, like we were your source of music, right? This is before streaming, before the internet was really a big thing. And now we are a source of music. What we find is that when people want to kind of tune out and not know what's happening in the world, they go to streaming. Like you listen to your playlist, you're gonna zone out on your way home. You don't want to think about nothing. But when you want to tap into the world, that's when you come to us.
Yeah, that's real.
And so, and
That's true.
I like that.
That's real.
I honestly do.
And you know what? That is so true, because in the morning on my way to work, I listen to the radio. And when I get off of work, I listen to the radio. But on the weekend, playlist.
Yeah.
Playlist
That's
show.
real.
But that's kind of,
It's like,
ain't that a habit?
I don't know.
Like
but
I'm
it's
saying,
kinda
when you
like-
grew up.
Yeah, it is how I grew up.
Your mama
Definitely
did
mama
that?
listening to
Yeah.
the
Listen to
radio on the
Nephew
way.
Tommy.
But you also do get like little snippets of the news. You know,
Yeah.
just little
Let you know what's
traffic
happening.
reports.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is kind of little. Yeah,
You kind of
for
tap
sure.
into the world.
But I'm still
Yeah.
tapped in with the radio.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
DoleWhite, I just got to say this right quick to somebody.
Keep it real.
and it's very important. This guy right here, he's old, and I'm gonna tell you why I say that.
He don't look old.
I never thought. No, for real, DoleWhite. I never thought. DoleWhite. Okay, DoleWhite. I never thought that this guy right here would be talking about when you were doing the the White Creek. That was a long time ago, bro.
But that's
I was out of school doing shit.
I grew up with that.
Of course, I done graduated, and I'm still trying to run with the young people at the time. But for you to remember that,
Who run it?
No, for sure.
I love
Bro, we heard that. We was in school together. Fuck all that. No, listen. Fuck all that. We was outside. We was outside, bro.
but you all
Who won it?
That's our era.
Who won it?
But that's the thing, though.
That was wild,
You didn't have a lot of older people that was. I mean, I'm fucking with DoleWite and Scoopy.
No, you're right.
Old wise. And
Right.
see, I want to say this
He right,
to
though.
a lot of you suckers out there.
Man.
I know
Eat a
DoleWite
Frank, you
probably
heard?
wasn't expecting this, but I got to say this shit.
Eat a Frank, you
We
heard?
got to stop hating on somebody because they from another city coming to Nashville doing some shit. Stop that goofy shit.
Stop.
I'm
I
done.
mean, this is why I tell people now, like when they hit me with a "you ain't from here," I'm like, I've spent over half my life here at this point.
Come on,
No. They can't do that with you.
They can't do
They
that.
can't do that with you. We're not doing that.
Over half of my life was spent here. I spent
Come on,
18
bro.
years
Yeah, we're not doing that. Yeah, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Yeah, we're not doing that.
DoleWite, I'm from
You
New
ain't
York.
explain nothing over here.
I'm
You're
from New
literally a
York.
Nashville legend.
Legend, bro.
But I've been here for quite some time.
That's how you from, Frank.
Yeah, out east.
South now.
Oh, you out south.
Out south.
See the mail lady out south.
Not for real. Shout out to Melrose.
I have something.
I'm not far from there.
I might know who he is though. We do 37220 and 37204.
Okay.
That's my post office.
I'm 37210.
Oh, you right over there.
You over there. Yeah.
I'm Wedgewood, Houston, Chestnut Hill
Yeah,
area.
okay. I ain't your mail lady.
Yes.
But yeah, you in my neighborhood though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you Wedgewood, Houston?
I'm Wedgewood, Houston, Chestnut Hill. I'm on the Chestnut Hill side, but yeah.
You got it. You got that. He got that. You know what? You know that's that, right? That's right. That's about a.
Come on,
The
man.
soap,
I
yeah,
know.
okay.
When I moved over there,
I
I moved over there in that neighborhood in 2012, and it was a completely different neighborhood.
Oh, for 100%.
Yeah.
Everything was run down.
Yeah.
Factories, warehouses.
We was
buildings.
doing. I don't know if y'all ever went to like Karma or My back in the day, but I was doing My, and I was making
Karma.
I was making a good amount of money on Thursday nights,
Word.
and I would have just cash in my pocket, and I would park my car, and I would check my cameras on my house, and I would run from my car.
No, for real.
No, you had to.
You had to back then. Outside. Boy, you better run in there. You might die there. Anybody. The biggest.
It's wild because the neighborhood has changed so much, and my wife and I have been there so long now. And we see people out there doing them. I'm like, I don't know if you should be doing that.
No, for real.
I wouldn't. We got you know what I mean? The sun's starting to go down. I wouldn't be out there jogging right now. You know what I mean? Like, we still vigilant like that. You know what I mean?
that's true.
They
That's
cool
true.
to the face. They don't see nothing.
So, but you talked about again a little bit earlier that the DJing part.
Yeah.
And DJing, and this is just my opinion, you got to have a love for music.
Yes.
So let's talk about your love for music. Where did
Okay.
that come from?
I don't know, man. In high school, I was the kid that always had all the CDs. You know what I mean? And like the basketball team wanted to come out to a certain song, they would like ask me because I would have it. You know what I mean? I worked at mailboxes, etc. Then too. Like,
Okay, cool.
Throughout high school and college, and that's what I would spend my money on, just like the CDs and yeah, man. So like it was just always there from the time I was in middle school, probably to whenever. Yeah. And DJing is the thing I love about DJing, not necessarily musically, because you don't really play what you necessarily like or love.
Gotcha.
You play to the crowd, and when the crowd's giving you an energy back, and you're in that moment, in that energy, and it's a feeling that I can't really describe, but it's one that I love and something I love doing.
Have you had have you had a favorite place that you've DJ'd at, like that's very memorable to you?
I mean, the Karma days were special. Karma and my And I think when people think about me as a DJ, I think Karma's probably, if you were around in those days, that's the one you're gonna think of, because we had a time. And it's weird because I've had so many good moments DJing.
Yeah, sure.
And I've had 2 or 3 bad ones, and the bad ones stick out even worse, including like a month ago. Like I completely bombed. No. And yeah, you hold on to those for whatever reason.
Okay, so that I'm glad you kind of said that. When you mean you bombed, what does that even mean?
So I was hired to do a party, and they told me the crowd is going to be, you know, this age group between like 30 and 40. And I'm like, it's my wheelhouse.
Yeah, of course.
Like, I'm going to kill this. Yeah. And the crowd was 60 and up.
Oh.
And so like, I wasn't prepared for that. And it's not really in my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
So I was kind of lost. Like the biggest record I played was Flashlight by Parliament. And I wouldn't have known to play it if they didn't tell me. And if Flashlight by Parliament is going to be the best record I play all night, I'm the wrong guy for that party. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
that's real. No, that's real.
So yeah, it just makes time go super slow. Super slow. And then the promoter was like, hey, tell them we're going to do this again. I'm like, I ain't saying this. Like, I'm not doing this again, bro. What are you... No, they're not having fun here
at all.
This is awful. So yeah, but I mean that's the thing I love about DJing though is it's honest. Like you're not gonna walk away from it and be like, man, I killed tonight and didn't.
And yeah, that's
you know when you did good and you know when you did bad. It is obvious. And man, I just couldn't wait to get home that night.
That pivot, but there's a pivot in that too, though, that you can have if you know what I'm saying, like yourself, like if you know you're bombing. Do you ever have that pivot where, like, oh shit, I ain't on spot or whatever, but I can get this, this party turned around.
Back on the track. That's happened plenty of times. A lot of things, man. I think when you get pressured, because if you're DJing and it's early, and people are just coming in, and people are like, man, turn up. You have to be able to be like, no.
Oh, that's
not right now. You're sober. Go have some drinks. Get drunk. I'm gonna sound so much better when the place is full and everybody else is drunk. Right. We're gonna go there.
Got you.
And I think you learn that through the years is just being disciplined and being like, I appreciate you telling me to turn up.
Yeah, sure.
I really don't, but you know what I mean. Like, I'll be nice. But we're gonna keep it like this for a minute. Just keep drinking.
Yes.
Keep drinking and trust me. Keep drinking and trust me. We gonna be good.
Hot.
Yeah, for sure. That's tough. That's tough.
I'm like you're the only drunk person here. Like, you calm down. You know what I mean? Chill.
All right. Go ahead.
I got.
When you
go ahead. This is the last one.
No, I'm screaming.
DoleWite, and I gotta say this, bro. Everybody was, happy, because Obama came to the game. He was a light-skinned black president, and that's cool, right? I'm just setting this shit for the record. Me personally, I think Scooby saved the light-skinned niggas in Nashville. I was dark yellow. I was dark yellow, but I couldn't say you were like when you came to the radio, you saved the light-skinned niggas, whether they were light or dark light. But you saved us, and
I'm white light.
But see, that's what I'm saying. You was like the El DeBarge of DJs when you came to the game.
So I'm gonna put that.
And you saved the
El DeBarge of DJs.
Yes,
that is nasty.
Shit. Because everybody, if you think about it, El DeBarge got a song called "Share My World." No, for real, he got a song called "Share My World." So DoleWite was sharing his world with everybody. You know what I'm saying? So I had to say that. Like I said, that one go I had. So but with that being said, bro, again, bro, thanks, bro, for your service in Nashville.
It ain't over. Hold on, bro.
I'll see your interview.
So listen.
I was like, am I bombing this interview?
So look, radio, right? Radio. Who was like, okay, so who was your nemesis back then like that? Cause let me explain.
All right.
Nigga said who's your nemesis?
Rick Walker, right?
Yeah.
You know who Rick Walker is?
I know Rick.
That's
Yeah.
So my dad is like
Rick's my guy.
My dad, he owned Grooveware. I don't know if you. I don't know if you know.
Yeah.
So cool. I don't know what was going on or the atmosphere then, but I don't know when y'all came in. Was it the same time Or was he
Rick,
earlier?
It was funny story about Rick Walker is when I was interning in Atlanta, he was doing a weekend shift in the same state. He's the one that taught me how to run the boards at the radio station in Atlanta. I remember him telling me like, he was like, yo, I'm huge in Nashville. And I remember him telling me that. And then we got the job here. Rick was still in Atlanta. And then Blazing 106.7 came on, and they put Rick on against us. But I don't, like, I understand. Everybody's just doing a job. Yeah. And so, like, I don't have any beef with anybody. You know what I mean? Like, that's not the way Scuba and I operated. I mean, Taz came on for a minute, and he blasted us on his show or whatever, and we never, that's just not us, man. Right. Like, that's not what we're going to do. And so we just did what we did and left it at that. But me and Rick always been cool, though, man. Like, me and Rick always been cool.
That's good.
Yeah, because I know, like,
I haven't seen him in a long time, but
I just seen him.
Yeah,
he was with my dad. They was here. But I was asking him too, like what was going on. He was like, I mean, you know.
Do I have beef that I don't know?
No. I'm not talking about the beef. It's no beef. I'm saying you know like how he is. So I'm saying like when I ask him, he like ain't no really beef like that. Ain't no beef for real like that. But he's
me and Rick have never had a problem. Like we've never had words. We never, you know what I mean? Nothing. Yeah,
no beef.
We were in
not with y'all. I'm just saying in general. Yeah, I'm not saying with y'all.
I've never had a problem. I've never had a problem with anybody, man.
That's lit.
I stay out of it.
That speaks to your character, man. Real deal.
I appreciate it.
Really does.
Y'all, they didn't listen, Scuba, when I said the light-skinned elder barger Nashville. He say the light-skinned dudes, bruh. He say the light-skinned dudes.
Stop. What are we doing?
Let's stop.
What are we doing?
All right, let's get to the shit.
I know. I'm getting to. I got. Before we get to the shit.
Look at the time. We got to get to the shit. Go ahead.
I'm scared. I don't know what the shit's
the shits.
I don't know what this shit means. I don't know what this shit means. But I got a hard nervous now. And I know this gonna kind of change the tone of the pod so far, but obviously, School passed away,
yes.
right? So just talk about. Him passing away, what it did to you, affected around you, everything like that.
So, it was unexpected. We had no idea that he had a rare disease called sarcoidosis. Okay. And we had just had he had just had a physical, but it's not something that they check for. So everything was copacetic, you know what I mean? Yeah, sure. So we never in the world, he said that week that he had some congestion that week. And he almost didn't come. We were doing on Thursday nights then. He almost didn't come that Thursday. But Drake came unexpectedly that night. And so he came, he DJ'd, and then he left for Detroit like early that morning. Like, he went from the club home, airport, you know what I mean? And flew up, and we had talked that Friday night. He was like, he had taken his family to some restaurant, and apparently there was like almost a fight, and he was like, man, I gotta get out of Detroit, man. It's getting wild, you know what I mean? And so we were laughing about that. And then the next morning we were talking about what we were gonna do. We were texting each other and we were talking shit to each other and talking about what we were gonna do the next week at next Thursday night. Yeah. And I think the last we were watching, I don't know if y'all ever watched Spartacus on I think it was like Stars or whatever, but it was a show about Spartacus. So we would curse each other out like they would talk. That was stupid. But so I think like I need to pull up. I need to find, because we was on BlackBerry Messenger of all things, and so I need to get that BlackBerry out and still have it and see exactly what his last words were, but. It was something like "shut the fuck up" or something like that, something dumb like that. You know what I mean? That was the last. That was literally like the last thing that he said. And so I went out that day. I was about to buy a new house, and I went out that day, and I got window treatment for it. And then I was taking my friends up to the house that I had at the time, or that I was buying, had a rooftop, and it was before like every house in Nashville had a rooftop. So I thought I was really doing something. You know what I mean? Like there was like 10 houses in Nashville that had rooftop decks at the time, and I was one of them. You know what I mean? So I had my friends up there on the rooftop, and I was just showing them the house, and then his cousin DM'd me on Twitter. It was like, hey, do you have Curtis's mom's number? And I was like, no. And then I was like, that was weird. And then his mom called me like, 10 minutes after that. Mm-hmm. And like she was hysterical. I could barely make out what she was saying. So I'm thinking I'm thinking he's just in the hospital. Like I ain't, you know what I mean? So we go back to my house, and you know, the calls came, and his mom asked me to call everybody that he knows and basically break the news to him. So I'm flying up to Detroit. I'm at the airport and I'm calling people and like delivering this horrible news. Like, hey man, like this happened. And then I've got to get off the phone with you because I got to call the next person because I don't want them to hear it from anybody but me. You know what I mean? It was, I can still to this day tell you every detail of that day. I mean, that's going on with 14 years now.
Yeah.
And, but after that, I remember just receiving a ton of love from the city. Like you never know what you mean to people until stuff like that happens, and it's just random people. Yeah, I know it did, and man, like it's. I remember not knowing. I remember knowing like I have to keep doing this, not just because it's something that we built, but because I don't know how to do anything else. Like I need to make a living still. But I remember thinking like, yo, like, am I gonna be good at this without this person? Because I mean, obviously we both had days where we would take off and the other one would take it, but like that's not doing this every day, right? You know what I mean? So I mean, there was just a lot of self-doubt. But it was a whirlwind, man. It I don't know, man. Like I never knew how much we meant to people until that moment.
Yeah, that's real.
Like, I meant a lot for sure.
Shout out to you for telling that story. We appreciate it.
He was an amazing dude too, man. Like I mean, anybody that talked to him, like where we differed was he was honestly like he was one of those people like if and we always joked about it too because I felt bad for him sometimes, but if like somebody would just stop him, they would end up like telling him his whole life story, all their problems.
Got you.
And I'd be like, dude, like, come on, we gotta go. Like, who is this person? And why have you been talking to him for 30 minutes? You know what I mean?
That's a Leo thing.
Yeah, he was just that inviting of a person. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't come off the way he did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He was just a very endearing. I mean, the amount of people that called him their best friend after he passed away, I was just like, I don't even know how you had time to
talk to all of
relationships. I'm like, yo, like, when did you sleep, bro? Like,
straight from the radio.
I'm like, yo, like, how is this possible? So yeah, man.
All right, Marty Moore, get to the shits.
The shits. I'm scared.
Get your bars on, Marty.
All righty, y'all ready?
It's good.
All right. So listen, now, it's been a few people just talking about the Nashville scene, like the artists and different scenes and stuff like that. So, the big conversation right now is why haven't an artist come out of Nashville in the last, 15 years? A bigger, I'm saying a mainstream artist.
Okay.
So the last one was what, All Star and Buck.
Yeah.
I mean Lito and Buck.
Yeah, Lito and Buck.
That's it. So
Lito's still going. Buck's still going.
No, but they are. They are. I'm not discrediting them. But what I'm saying is, it hasn't been like
that.
Nothing else since that. So I was just wondering, like, why do you think it's like that in Nashville, but in Memphis, they got 50 stars?
Yeah.
No, for real.
I think Memphis, dating back to early years, has infrastructure and has always had infrastructure for black music that Nashville doesn't have.
Yeah,
okay, go ahead.
So I'm still shocked to this day that all those country labels on Music Row have never ever once tried to branch out.
Yeah.
Because the infrastructure is there. For
all
country
of it.
music.
All of it.
Yeah, it's right there.
Universal, everything.
Right. It's right there. I worked our studio was off of Music Row for the first, 23 years.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's there. It's just not there for black music.
Right.
Whereas Memphis the infrastructure's been there forever.
Right.
And so I think that's the first part of it is that one, there is, even if you're like cracking in Nashville, it's hard to catch the eye of somebody because that person isn't here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I feel
So I think that has a lot to do with it. Yeah.
Like that's a part like what you saying, like up in Memphis, that's a part of their culture.
Yeah.
You got what I'm saying? So versus here, that's just not present.
I mean, like when Glorilla had a huge record with FNF, there's a Yo Gotti to come down and show her the entire industry.
Right.
that's not here. And I think Memphis has had that since forever.
Yeah.
Dating back to like the 40s and 50s. You know what I mean? Blues music, stuff like that.
Even Atlanta. Atlanta's the same way. They have the same infrastructure. Yeah.
Absolutely. The infrastructure is there. Whereas it's just not here for black music. Which is a shame because there's so many talented artists here.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. But listen, I'm glad you said that because it's a guy I don't know him, but it was a guy on Kyrie, right? You know Kyrie?
I don't know that.
He vlog. I mean, he does like the news from Nashville. Like
yeah. Okay, yeah.
So he interviewed a guy named Yellow. I don't know him.
Yellow.
But I'm just okay. Yeah,
that's my
you
guy.
know him. He said basically like. These niggas is ass.
That's
like,
exactly
basically what he said.
That's exactly verbatim. That's exactly what he said.
He basically said all these Nashville rappers are ass.
And then he doubled down.
They're not good at all.
And then he doubled down in a sense and said like it's me and him had that comment. I saw Yellow Monday and I was like, yo, you been in the mill, you know what I'm saying? You kind of hot in the streets right now. And he said, even me and you talking to me said we double down for some of the Nashville artists that we hear because they're our homeboys or whatever. He said I'm just speaking the truth, but he feels that some Nashville artists are ass.
No, but I'm gonna keep it 100.
I mean, I think some artists in every city are ass.
Right. But I'm gonna keep it 100. It just goes back to what he said.
What's that?
Nashville ain't never gave anybody a scene for that.
We don't have the infrastructure.
The infrastructure not here.
Yeah.
Right. So
I'm
saying, regardless, we can have Drake here. It doesn't matter.
So the question is,
it doesn't matter.
So the question,
we can have the most talented nigga in the world here.
That's the question is, how do we build an infrastructure? I think that's the question we need to ask. How do we build so we can be Memphis, Atlanta, whoever you want?
Wait a minute, you ready? You ready? And I really feel like DoleWhite been here long enough to know this. Stop with this fucking crabs in the bucket mentality. All right? I've said it then and I'm still saying it now. If somebody got a crab, help pump at one guy. Like the guy we just recently had on the show, Black Whistle. All right? The city supported him.
There's no way why he shouldn't be
That's what I'm saying.
out of here.
That's what I'm saying.
But don't y'all think that he's becoming out of here?
No, he's
that
not.
Stuff takes time.
He should be out of here, bro.
I think he's becoming out of here. I see Black Whistle on everything.
No.
That's just me. That's my opinion.
I'm saying for me, it doesn't take time in the music city. That can be overnight.
In this city?
That can be overnight.
It's the country.
I think if you
saying this is the music city, brother.
I think what you need is you have to ask somebody to grab the ear of one of these country labels and be like, let me run
bring
this.
them down.
Let me run this for you.
Bring them down.
No.
He's saying the label.
Oh, the label. I'm sorry. My bad. I'm sorry.
I think you have to ask somebody like, hey, branch out.
Gotcha.
Look at all this money you can make over here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think you have to ask somebody kind of talk the ear off of somebody, get the ear of somebody on that street to really find somebody to go pop.
Because do you think it's like they too far out? They don't know.
I just think
they don't care.
I think there's a part of them that don't care, but I think there are people that would be willing to take a chance to increase their brand. You know what I mean? Yeah. To branch out a little bit. I just think it just hasn't happened.
Yeah. That's real.
Yeah.
Shut the building.
5.
Yeah. Hey. When I tell you I want you to do me a favor, get your bars. I'm gonna say,
hey,
shut
man,
the building.
I think
floor is yours, brother.
I think it's a sign of, unfortunately, kind of where we are. Because one, like, regardless of and I'm not downplaying the race aspect of it at all, but I'm just saying if you feel like you can go out and antagonize anybody on the street and make your living doing that, I think that there's a conversation that we have to have about just what it means to provide as a man, because there needs to be integrity in what you do.
Yes, sir.
And this man has absolutely no integrity. Now, when you add the racial aspect of it in there, is it makes it worse, because my Facebook page at this point, because I read this shit triggers me so much that I go down like dark rabbit holes. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm now seeing like posts on my Facebook feed that are like free chud, and I'm like, but I'll click on the comments and I'll read them, and I'll just be like, there's nothing to defend about this dude.
Yeah,
there's not one thing to defend about this guy.
Yeah.
Like, and so for me, it's just like I hope that we're not here in 5-10 years where antagonizing people can be the thing you do for money.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't need to be. Because there's no integrity in that at all. And I think we as men have to lead other men and say like, yo, like what you're doing right now is some bullshit. Like if I was doing something like that, like my guys would have been like, bro, like, what are you doing? You know? And then they would have whooped my ass because I'm out screaming the N-word everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So,
It's accountability.
yeah,
That's
it's
the-
accountability.
it's
Like where this dude couldn't have had friends.
Never. Not one.
Couldn't have had like one level-headed friend.
That's
Couldn't have had one.
Yeah.
No, he had friends, but they were all they were the same mindset. They were the same mindset.
Shout out to podcast. Shout that shit out now.
Yeah.
So he had a girl in his podcast, right?
I'll talk about it.
She been over here. Hold on, she been over here. What's her name?
She's here.
She's been over here. What's her name?
Shout out to crew. Lily.
Lily Venus. Yeah, I talked about it.
Yeah. So
we-
she used to clap him.
Yeah.
Pause.
No, I saw that.
That's what he say. That's what he say.
Yeah, no, that's what she said.
No, but that's what he does. That's what he told us. No, that's what he told us. We don't let it know.
Let's talk about this story for very briefly. Before this even all happened, she came. I have a personal podcast called Get Your Ish Off, and she came on my show and said, "Hey, this is not about that. This is her life choices that she does to other men."
Yes.
Then come to find out,
that's nasty
this
work, by the
whole
way.
situation happened.
That's
Then she went on
fucking
somebody's
nasty.
show and said that she clapped his cheeks, and then his cheeks made a certain sound.
Yeah,
it was
I saw
all types
that.
of
It was wild.
So,
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
like that's the story.
Things you didn't need to know.
Nah, not at all, man.
So hey, let me say this right quick, DoleWite. Please tell everybody where they can find you, young man.
They find me on the radio every day, 101 with the beat, 2 to
Type
7 p.m. I also do I do in various cities in like 15 markets from 7 p.m. to midnight on classic hip hop and R&B stations, throwback stations for iHeartRadio. So I'm in 15 other markets outside of Nashville. And of course, Instagram, all my social media is the same, at DoleWite 101, DoleWite 101.
Beautiful.
Let's talk about you being a father.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I mean,
My
a
favorite
father of
thing?
who? A father of who? I mean,
One.
Just
No, we're one.
Whoa, my bad. My bad. I thought you had two.
No,
My fault.
don't put that evil on me. I'm kidding.
Talk about being a father, man.
I think it's a learning experience, man. It's way different than what I thought it was. It's way harder than what I thought it
How
was.
old were you when you had your first?
I was 39 when I had my first kid.
It's still hope for me. Maybe.
So I always say like I'm glad I was an older parent.
Yeah.
But then also I like see like some of my homies that like had kids younger and their kids are like graduating. I'm like, how's that? So like I that's just how it happened for me. I don't advocate for being an older or younger parent. Just be a good parent.
Yeah.
And I think it's made me challenge, ways I grew up in a lot of different ways, which I like, and challenge kind of societal norms around parenting as well. Like there like certain things that my wife and I just don't do or won't do. Like, we don't hit our child, we don't spank, we don't do any of that. My child's never even been in trouble. But she's also a great kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
It's
so
on the
we
child.
lead with love with it. And yeah, man, it's softened me and opened my eyes in all the right ways.
Girl dad.
Girl dad, yeah, for sure. I'm so glad I'm a girl dad.
Look, I'm having a son, so look, shout out to my son.
Congratulations.
M3 on the way.
This your third?
Yeah, third.
Ooh.
So yeah.
No, not
We
that.
had one in real life.
No, his his name is Marshall. Marshall the third.
Oh,
Yeah,
This is your
I'm
first
the-
child.
No, that's
Yeah.
second.
Second
Yeah.
child.
Second.
Yeah, he's
I had a
girl
girl
dad,
first.
so-
Okay.
Yeah.
She got you right around your finger? Yeah.
We can throw that away. I ain't gonna lie to you, because it's just like, Dad, can I get some money?
Yeah.
Dad, and she's 12, 13. That's all she want.
My daughter's the same way. We're
She's like, hey, how's your day? Girl, you don't care. What you want?
we'll do different. We'll do like if she needs money, she'd be like, "What can I do for some money?" Like, cause we'll be like, if you read a couple pages, we can give you some money or whatever.
Hustling a pop.
No, at least you asking what can she do. At least you asking what can she do.
What if you tell her something that she don't want to do? She's not gonna do it.
She's not gonna do it at all.
You know what I mean, like,
And these kids
real.
expensive. Like,
Yeah,
they want seafood boils. They want steak and shrimp.
She plays Roblox too. so
Oh
like,
my
that's-
God,
yeah.
Jesus!
I play with her sometimes too.
So everything that you've been through, you know what I'm saying? If you could go back and tell the person that was, you know, the 13-year-old you, 14-year-old you, give them advice, what would you say?
Ah, that's a good question. You know, honestly, I would just say, bro, like go for it.
Yes, sir.
And like live your life, enjoy it. Don't worry about like I remember when I took that internship in Atlanta on the radio, I was also offered a job at Verizon Wireless for like $40,000 a year. And my parents were like, "No, you're gonna take the job." I'm like, "No, I'm not. I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna work for free because Verizon Wireless ain't going nowhere."
No, absolutely.
I can still go get a job at Verizon Wireless right now.
Yeah.
One of the probably the only cell phone company left from back then. Right?
No,
Everything gone.
But yeah, so I would just be like I went for it, man, and I have no regrets about it. So like I would just be like, don't doubt it, just go for it.
Just go for it.
Just go for it, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Well, all right, guys.
Man.
Yeah, we're here.
Shout out to everybody,
we got
bro.
DoleWite in the building.
Shout out to DoleWite,
We got
man.
a legend in the building.
Shout out to DoleWite. Shout out to Cruz.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Couch Potato Boys. This is not our last time on here. Man, we appreciate you. This your first interview?
On your show, yeah.
No.
I've done a couple of these.
Okay. You've done podcasts before?
Yeah.
Okay, so shout out to us.
I had a podcast.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
You want me to be honest with you?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I
Yeah.
enjoyed doing the podcast, and then like money got tight, and I was like, if it's not paying, I can't do it right now. So I went back and started DJing, and I was
that's
like,
real.
no.
That's real. I respect it. I respect it. I do. I respect it. Sound like some haters are in the building.
He just said that was God. No, that was God. He opened up the sky and put it in his heart to tell your ass. But listen, we appreciate you for coming,
Hey
bro.
man, thank you guys for having me.
We appreciate you for coming.
This the Couch Potato Boys. We got the legendary, one and only DoleWite's in the building. So we thank you for coming in.
Man, thank you guys for having me. I had a great
Yes,
time.
sir.
For real,
Yes,
anytime. For real.
Yes, sir. And we up out of here.
Yes,
Shout out to
sir.
Cruz, man. Hey, Cruz.
Shout out to Cruz.
Shout out to
Shout out to
Cruz
Cruz,
Radio.
bro.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And
Thank you, Mr. Cruz.
we up out of here.
Oh, yeah.